Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. I'm going to start another lecture of biology, and this is another chapter and a very important chapter in the course of biology. The heading of the chapter is Support and Movement. And as the name indicates, we are going to discuss about the process of support in living things, that is plants and animals. Moreover, we are also going to study about the different types of movements, how they are produced, and what are the processes that are involved in the movement of organisms, be it a plant or an animal. So support and movement is basically involved with a very important system of our life, and that system is called the skeletal system, or you can also say it the skeleton. The word skeleton is familiar and very much in use today, and I think you have heard this word before. The word skeleton means a framework or a network of bones interconnected with muscles and joined with some types of joints. So, what basically happens when a human skeleton forms and how a skeleton is formed, what are its roles, what are its different functions, this is the process that we are going to discuss. So, first of all, we'll come to the definition of skeletal system. The word skeletal system is also known as a skeleton in biology, and skeleton is a system that provides protection, support, and movement to the entire body of an organism. That organism may be an animal or a plant or a human being. So, all the living things or all the living organisms, they need protection to live in the environment, and similarly they also need support. And for example, if we talk about the plants, they do not move from one place to another. Their full body is silent and they just have to stay in the same place throughout the life. But if we talk about the animals or the human beings, they are blessed with the characteristic or property of movement. For example, that we can move from one place to another, animals can go from one place to another. So movement is the characteristic or the basic point line that differentiates between animals and plants, or between human beings and plants. So a skeletal system basically provides protection, and apart from protection, the second important function of skeletal system is support. Support in the sense to live in the environment, especially in the land environment, when we have to face a lot of competitors and a lot of factors are working against us. So we have to be extra careful. And then the other function of skeletal system is movement. The bones and muscles provide movement to our body parts. With the help, we can move from one place to another. Now in this topic, the two important words that are often confused with each other are to be discussed. The first word is locomotion and the second word is movement. Movement is a very easy term and widely used terminology. The word movement is used for two different things in the sense of biology or in skeletal system. The movement can be either of a body part, like a hand movement, the movement of my neck, the movement of my eyes, the movement of my legs. So the movement can sometimes be of a specific organ or a special organ or any special or specific kind of organism. On the other hand, sometimes the movement is of an entire organism, of an entire living being from one place to another. For example, I say that a person A moves from Pakistan to Dubai or from Pakistan to America. So we are actually saying that he has as a whole moved from one place to another. In the same sense, we can talk about the animals, that the cat was in the upper portion of the house and now the cat moved to the basement of the house. So movement is of two basic types. The first type is the movement of a specific body part, and the second type of movement is the movement of an entire organism. On the other hand, the other word is locomotion. Locomotion means the movement or complete transfer of an organism from one place to another. If I or any other person or an animal moves from one place to another place, this process is called locomotion. So locomotion is specifically used in biology. This is widely used here in the biology course, but the term movement is a general English term that can be used. So if we are talking about the movements of organisms from one place to another, in the language of biology, we use the term locomotion. I'll just explain it to you that what happens or what is the function of skeletal system in our human body or any other living organism. So basically I told you that skeletal system provides support, protection, and it also provides movements. The second important function is that in human beings some organs are very sensitive and very vital and very important for the life of the being. So for their protection, the nature has provided us with special types of bones. These are in the forms of ribs or in the form of vertebral column or in the form of skulls. So these things are basically there to provide the protection to the internal body parts of the organisms like the human heart or the lungs or the brain. The brain is protected by skull, and skull is made of bones. It is related to skeletal system. Similarly, our vertebral column is present and that provides protection to our spinal cord. There is another thing that is called the rib cage. It is present in the thoracic cavity of the human beings and that is for the protection of the human heart and for the lungs. Now we'll talk about the cartilage. The human skeleton or the skeletal system of living things is basically composed of two things. The first is cartilage and the second important part is bones. The basic or the major portion of a skeleton consists of bones, but along with the bones there are some helping materials or the supplementary materials, additional materials that are also provided with the bones. Those materials are called cartilage. Now, what is the cartilage and how we can explain its explanations and the types of cells that are made of cartilage, its role, its functions, its types. This is the detail that we are going to discuss next. I hope today's lecture was an introduction to the skeletal system or the skeleton. So this is clear and we'll be back again with another lecture. Thank you.